Got that input called domain, running down that slow lane with this buddy output will sometimes be kind of strange. You make an X, that's Y value, it should be stable. Input on the left, output is on the right. Don't take any numbers, it's considered as a theft. The accuracy of this graph should only be used for math.
My dear friends, I have a poem to share. If you love math, this story you'll love to hear. Have you ever heard of the squirrel who loves to collect? He would search for hours, his food he swore to protect. Then one day he met a bunny who thought it would be funny to make a solemn trade and prove the squirrel was a dummy. He said,
"Oh dear squirrel, please show me what you have. I'll make you a bet that any squirrel would grab. I'll match your food while you're on your hunt. Then when you come back, you'll pay me in lunch. For all the nuts you search and find, I'll choose half of these nuts and make them mine."
The squirrel paused, took a second to think. He looked straight in the bunny's eyes with no second to blink. He thought to himself,
"Is this a fair trade? I guess I'll play along while I watch in the shade."
Without a second thought, he shook the bunny's hand, but in the bunny's mind, he created a plan. The first day Mr. Squirrel collected 12 nuts. He came back and said,
"Look, here's your cut."
Mr. Bunny picked out the best of the share and thought to himself,
"I'll handle these with care."
On the second day, he watched Mr. Squirrel's possessions and said,
"After this day,
the squirrel came back with 20 nuts this time. The bunny chose 10 nuts that were one of a kind. Finally, the squirrel decided enough was enough. I'll go to the squirrel and show him what's up. Mr. Bunny said,
oh squirrel, I have something to say. I have tricked you cunningly from the nuts you have paid. In my mind, I created a plan, but it was for you to pick the cards from my hand. Each day as you paid me my share, I chose the nuts that were best, the ones with more care."
So you got the half that were the healthiest of all, and I got the half that you would not call?
Yeah, buddy.
So I'm like a big shot.
Oh, God.
oh crap.
The intention of this was to show you how quick a dumb squirrel like you could be easily tricked. The function of this experiment was y equals 1/2 of x. The y of x is the half I chose that was best.
Oh, so the X is the total of nuts I brought back each day?
Yes, and the y is also the nuts you were willing to pay. Y is also known as the output value, and it is referred to as the range. The x is the input value, and also known as the domain.
Ooh. So, my friends, you see Mr. Squirrel learned his lesson. He should have thought beforehand so he could keep his blessing. But yet again, I guess things just happen for a reason.
I know that you wanna be like us, yeah. Cause we got the input and output. Y'all be hating cause I can't do it like us, yeah. Don't blame us, blame the functions. We gon' trip, and y'all gon' trip. And we gon' trip, cause it's all about the functions. We gon' trip. We all gon' trip, and you gon' trip, cause it's all about the function. To find the y value, you gotta create a function. Don't try too hard, just be kind, get in the code that's deep line. In this case, that we state x is times by 1/2. Using this info is easy to construct the graph.
There we go. Kimberly. Bye.